So I'm thinking as I go here that men pursue sex pretty much religiously. It is an incredibly important thing to men to achieve sex with good looking women. It's possibly the primary aim in life for men. More than career advancement, more than personal development in some other way, more than any other achievement. Getting sex with good looking women as much as possible seems to be the primary aim of men. I hesitate to say all men, but essentially I think it is. And I think it's very important for men to get control of this impulse, this drive, because it is very much the same as drug addiction. I see very strong similarities in the way people become addicted to drugs to the way men are addicted to the sex drive. They're addicted to sex, and the sex drive is a result of that. Men can behave irrationally, spontaneously. They can put lots of time, energy, and resources into the pursuit of sex. It can lead them to make bad decisions. I think for men, sex has a higher priority than it should have. And I think there are a couple of things about this. I'm thinking that it has to change, it should change. And I'm also thinking that it is changing and it will change. I don't know the rate of progress and the time frame I'm talking about, but I am thinking of men going their own way, or MGTOW. It seems to me that philosophy, I think it's best described as a philosophy. I'm thinking that philosophy has a lot of merit because it, to my mind, my understanding, is it blocks men from pursuing sex as the ultimate thing in life. It controls men and helps men to find other priorities in life. I haven't looked into MGTOW specifically, but I'm just going on my initial understanding. I'm thinking men need to find, it's healthy for men to find priorities in life other than sex. Life is a vast enterprise and there's a lot going on. And the pursuit of sex is a part of that, but it is only a part. It's the thing, but it's not the only thing. And I do see the pursuit of sex as very much as like a drug addiction. Drug users will pursue drugs in spite of knowing it's unhealthy for them, that it costs money, that it's basically dangerous, and it will cause them to associate with unwholesome individuals. Basically, there's nothing positive about the pursuit of drugs. And I hate to say it, but I think that there are some similarities in the damage it can cause in the pursuit of sex for men. So in other words, a given man pursuing cocaine or whatever has certain similarities the pursuit of women. And it can have negative impacts on the men's life. Excuse my language. The pursuit of sex can have a negative impact on a man's life in a similar way to the way the pursuit of drugs can lead to a negative impact on a man's life. I think it does come down to a basic fact that sex is a thing. It's a nice thing, it's a pleasurable thing, but it's not the only thing, and it's not the ultimate thing. I think nature has made it an ultimate thing, but I think basically men have to tackle this drive from nature. I think men go in their own way. I see it as a very valid philosophy. The pursuit of sex for men has to be reduced in priority. The consequences of the pursuit of sex are awesomely negative for men. When you look at the situation in the round, there are a lot of negative consequences for men as a result of the sex drive, the sex impulse, and it is very much the same as the impulse a drug addict has. The pursuit of sex can cause a man to make very bad decisions. It can have very large and negative consequences for men. And I have to ask why. I look at my own experience in life and how much energy and time and effort I put into the pursuit of sex. It seemed to mean everything to me for some reason. And it comes down to the fact that sex is a thing, but it's not the only thing. It's a great thing, but it is just a thing. I'm asking myself now, why did I make it such a priority in my life? Was that justified? It is, I suppose, nature doing its thing to lead to pregnancy and more people in the world. And men are being used as a tool to make that happen. And it leads to infatuation with women, infatuation with sex, an almost desperate need to achieve sex. And I mean, sex has a priority in a man's life that isn't warranted. I'm thinking now that men have a lot to learn, a lot to take on board. I say a lot, it's relatively simple, but it's still large in its significance. Sex isn't the only thing. The other priorities of life need to be increased in importance. So much more can be achieved by diverting energy to other projects, other aspects of life. The importance of sex must be reduced. I think it is being reduced. Men need to find a way to go their own way more effectively. I have a memory problem due to injury, so I can't remember details now. but I'm aware that I devoted a great deal of my life, energy, time, resources, to the pursuit of sex. Sex occupied a large priority in my life. It had a significance that it didn't deserve. And I admit that I resent the fact that I allowed my infatuation with sex to take control of me. It is strange to be thinking this way, but I am thinking and looking at my life and thinking, where did I put my energy and time and resources and thought? Where did my efforts go? And it was pursuing sex in the main. In the same way a drug addict pursues drugs, regardless of consequences. The pursuit is everything. Amazing, and I am disappointed in myself. I am thinking a lot more about manga in their own way, or MGTOW. I don't know details yet, but I do have the idea that it is about reducing the priority of sex with women in a man's life. The other issues of life need to be given a higher priority.